A man who is weak is incapable of being good. This is not some hyper-masculine video of me telling you to be the biggest, strongest gorilla in the zoo, to get all the girls in bikinis and drive sports cars and smoke cigars. That actually sounds kind of cool, but no, it's genuine. A weak man cannot be a good man. Think about it. In order to be good, you have to have the potential to be evil. Good is a moral choice, and a weak man lacks that moral choice. A weak man is not being good when he simply follows and obeys the laws and he does what he's told. But before we get into that, I'm going to be giving away $50 in this video and every video going forward to a random commenter who is subscribed and liked the video. So like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below to enter for your chance to win the $50 giveaway. Now back to the video. So during the Holocaust in Nazi Germany, the men who committed the most outrageous atrocities were simply doing what they were told. They were the weak men who were just idly following orders. They didn't stop to question their orders. They didn't think, oh, well, maybe this is wrong. They were too weak and too cowardice to stand up for what is right and to stick their neck out for what they believe in and to stand up for their values. It has always been the weak men who have committed the most atrocities throughout all of human history. And that is because a weak man cannot be a good man. So when I was in high school, there were kids who did not drink. We drank a lot. I'm not going to sit here and promote underage drinking, but most high schoolers in America drank. And I noticed something. All the kids who didn't drink all had a similar excuse or a similar reason for not drinking. It was all, oh, well, underage drinking is illegal, or my parents would kill me if they found out. And that always stuck with me because they never said they didn't want to, or they never had a moral issue with it. And it was the fear of getting caught and getting in trouble, which was their reason for not drinking. And what's interesting is that these kids thought they were being good. They thought they were being good kids because they didn't drink. But in reality, they were actually cowards. They wanted to drink. They wanted to so bad, but they were afraid of the consequences. And that was the reason for not drinking. So no, they were not being good. They were just being cowards, and a coward cannot be good. Now, this same principle applies to a lot of other things as well. Think about violence. A man who is incapable of violence, who avoids violence and is adamantly against violence, is not necessarily good. This guy doesn't even have an option to be violent. Being non-violent is his natural state, not really because of any moral issue, but it's because he is weak. Imagine a scenario where a guy comes up to this man at a bar and he knocks over his drink and calls him a pussy. Well, the cowardice man will not do anything about this. He will shrug it off and try to laugh it off. He will think he is good because he avoided that potentially violent encounter. Now take a man who has trained in martial arts his entire life and is capable of tremendous violence. Put that man in the same scenario as before. Well, this guy is now capable of snapping the guy's neck at the bar in an instant. But instead, he laughs it off and lets it go, and he restrains himself. That is genuinely good. That is being a good man. It's the ability to be dangerous and violent, but having it under control. That is what separates good from weak. There is no nobility in being weak, and you cannot be a good man if you are weak. You are just incapable of evil. So you just are what you are. That is your natural state. It is the man who is capable of tremendous evil, but chooses instead to be good, who is genuinely good. Do you see the difference? One has no choice in the matter. One just simply exists. The other is faced with a choice between good and evil, and chooses to be good. Another funny example is take an incel chud who complains about how girls don't like nice guys and how girls just like assholes who treat them terribly. It's like, brother, you aren't actually a nice guy. You just get no bitches. The only reason you would try and treat her like a queen is because you've never actually spoken to a girl in your life before. And because of that, you would worship the ground she walks on, thinking that would make her like you. But in reality, that is an instant turnoff. A genuinely nice, good guy would be the guy who has the ability to sleep with lots of women, who has the capability of sleeping with many women, but instead chooses one woman to love for the rest of his life. And so in all of these examples, I give a depiction of a very incapable man and then a strong, incapable man. And let me ask you this, in these examples, which guy do you think is more likely to cheat, lie, rape, or murder? Do you think it's the strong and capable man, or do you think it's the weak and cowardice man? The answer is very obvious, and this brings me to a major problem that I have with feminism. Once again, I seemingly cannot get through a video without wanting to criticize feminism. It is what it is. But feminism says that men are evil and bad, and it demonizes masculinity. Feminism says that men rape and murder, therefore masculinity is toxic. But it's such a dangerous misunderstanding, because no, it's the weak and feminine men who lie to try and get into your pants. It's the weak and feminine men who cheat and rape because they cannot control their lust. And it's the weak and feminine men who commit murder because they never learned to control their own strength, because they were always weak. It's the strong and masculine men who are the good men. Strong masculine men do not cheat, rape, lie, or murder. So feminism is attacking the wrong types of men. It's not strong men who do this, it's the weak men who cause all these problems. But I hate to say it, it's all playing out exactly as it was intended to. So obviously do not listen to feminism. If you are a man, it is not okay to be weak, and there is nothing toxic at all about saying that. If you are a man, it is your duty to be as strong and as capable as possible. It is your duty to truly understand what masculinity is and to be strong and masculine. And masculinity has nothing to do with sports cars and bikini models in the club, and it has everything to do with being strong, capable, and disciplined, because that is what a good man is. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to enter the giveaway below. Thank you.